With hundreds of unique gifts to choose from, it's easy to find the perfect present for your mom. Make memories last forever this Mother's Day with gifts from personalization.
Hey everybody, sorry I'm goofing up here this morning a little bit early. Um, I had to work with my phone, and it seems like if you push a certain button, there's no mercy and you're automatically live. So we're a few minutes early, but let's go ahead and get started anyway. Let me go ahead and adjust this again. Thanks for putting up with this. It seems I'm always learning something new with technology. But let me go ahead and just wanted to greet some of you all who have been here kind of on the early side. Um, let's see here. We have, looks like Emmeline is in the chat. Hey there from Switzerland. And so good to see you. Lynn Morris from Ottawa, Canada. Yay. Thanks for joining us this morning. And Art Journeys, hello from Cleveland. She's saying hello from Cleveland. Let's see. Okay, she's working on the winter cables. That sounds great. Let me go ahead and make sure here. Let me make sure I'm absolutely live. There we go. Okay. Forgive me, guys. Sorry about that on the beginning of that. I'm gonna have to adjust that once this thing renders. I can block out the beginning of that video. Don't you just love updates with technology? Things are always here, always a changing, constant change is here to stay, as we used to say. And let's see, there is a prayer request. Thank you, Kelly, for putting that prayer request. You all can read that there. A little girl who's had some bad surgery issues there with the feeding tube. Definitely, I have her on the list. I already wrote that down. And while we're talking about prayer requests, I wanted to start by thanking you guys for just how faithful you are to care for one another in this chat and on this channel. And I just do have a prayer request for my daughter, Hannah. She's our moderator. She always looks after us and, keeps an eye on the chat for us so that everybody is encouraged and, so that the scammer kind of people don't get to reign in the chat. But she's going to be taking her GNA, which is a geriatric nursing assistant test, tomorrow. And this test has been on again, off again so many times with the school. It's really been discouraging. And that's, in case you haven't noticed, I'm back in South Carolina. Our family has felt like a yo-yo back and forth, because this test was originally scheduled for the 17th. And then after the 17th, I pretty much moved everything north so that I just could swap out with Hannah. And then something happened and they said, well, all the applications for the test were lost. And so we have to cancel it and do it another day. And this has happened like more than 2 times with her. So she's, geared up for the test and then it's fallen through. So I think she's super prepared for this test. She's rocking the information. She knows her stuff, but this is just very nerve-wracking for her. So if you could please pray for my daughter Hannah, I would so appreciate that, and I know she would too. And just pray that she can get through it without being nervous, and I even pray that she'll even enjoy the process, and maybe even meet a friend or two while she's there. She's going to have to travel about 30 miles away from home to take the test as well. So there's a lot going on. It's early in the morning. She has to actually, I think, take someone's blood pressure, and there's just a lot that you can get worked up about. So again, thank you for your faithfulness there. So let me go ahead. I just want to see who else is in the chat. We have Wanda Gordon, okay, from North Carolina, Bahama, North Carolina. She says it's a beautiful day. Yes, it is. I'm looking outside my window. The sun is shining. It is just beautiful outside. I'm going to be going out to run some errands as soon as I'm done here. I'm looking forward to that. But not till we get to spend some time with you guys. Love to Craft is in the chat. Hey there. And Pat Dancer from Texas. She says it's a beautiful sunny day there. Yeah, it looks like it's raining up north, but maybe sun's shining in the south. So at least for the moment. Let's see. Thank you, Wanda. She's going to be praying for Kelly's friend. Thank you for doing that, as well as Archer Nace. Thank you so much. And we have Cynthia from Holiday, Florida. Says hope your day is going well. She's currently working on another colorful cable start. Oh, I would love to see that, Cynthia. You guys pick out the best colors for these things, um, and and thank you, Pat, for your prayers that you're sending to Kelly, and Cynthia Pitts as well. And thank you, Lynn. She's like, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up. If you could do that, that would be great. And also, if you're looking for a video and you wanna, if you're like me, you see a video you really like on YouTube, and if you like it, it goes into your liked video, kind of the like video playlist. And I actually have mine, set it as private, and you can set it in the settings. You can set that list as your private list, so nobody has to see, what you like. Just to let you know, and that's what I do anyway. And but that way, if you want to get back to that video for any reason, it's very easy to find. You just go to your liked videos on your page, your account, and it's boom, it's right there. So you just scroll through and you can find it, instead of trying to find the video again in the list of, like, I don't know, a billion videos on YouTube. So I know it's in the millions of videos that are up here. So I don't know how many there are, but it's a lot. So just to let you know, in case you didn't know about that already. But yeah, if you could like the video, that would be great. And it would help more people to get the information out there. And also, if you haven't subscribed to my channel, please hit that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything. It doesn't hurt. It does help my channel to grow. And it also automatically kind of delivers the new videos that I have coming to you, so you don't have to go fishing for them. And if you hit that little notification bell, you'll get a notification every time I upload something, which is roughly once a week on Mondays usually. And then I go live on Fridays, and that's all I do. I don't spam throughout the week. So anyway, and if you're here, I'm assuming you'll like some of the videos that I have coming, and I've got a really fun one coming this Monday. I'm going to tell you about in just a minute. And let's see. Let me go back. I missed a lot of comments here. Oh, we have Bonnie Bunting. What a cool name. We got a lot of alliteration. You got two. You're a BB. I'm a BB, or B squared. However, that's cool. She's in Chicago. Great. We'll have to get together and talk sometime about how we survived our childhood with this name. I don't know if you had people singing to you in elementary school like I did, but it was not a fun name to have when I was in elementary school. But anyway, I did get over it. I have survived. Let's see. We have Brat's mom in the chat, and thank you for your prayers, Brat's mom. I so appreciate that. And Deborah Cook is here from sunny Central California. She says, soon to start your sweater pattern. Well, great. I hope we're friends after you do that one, Deborah. That is kind of swimming in the deep end of the pool, but I'm hoping that there are plenty of life preservers for you in case you need them there. I'm always here if you have questions. We have Ms. Condor from sunny California. We have, Kathy Vasquez from South Carolina. Hey, Kathy. Hey, neighbor. Broadcasting to you here from Conway this week. Next week, it'll be back in Maryland. We have Beth from Illinois. And let's see, Alana from Tennessee. And the sun is shining there too. Great. And it looks like it's sunny in the Chicago suburbs as well. We have Marty in Texas. Olinda from Italy. Wow. Well, welcome. And Stacy Richards from Cincinnati. Oh, I love Cincinnati. I can't help but think of my parents every time I hear about that wonderful town. And Susan B. from Tennessee. We have Gracie from Texas. Cynthia and Allison from Scotland. Wow. Welcome, Allison. I hope you're having a good afternoon there. A good evening, I guess. And we have Diana from Raining, Ohio. And Regine from France. And Johnny's in the chat. And Jane Scott and Mary, Loretta. And let's see. Wow, Johnny says 4 more sets of the pattern on the spring throw to go. Good for you. I hope you like that one. It's a pretty easy repeat, Johnny. And let's see, we have Marie, my friend from Charleston, down the road a piece here. She says she's working on the glazed pecan cabled lap blanket. Yay! I hope you like that one, Marie. That was so much fun to do. Very visual project. And we have Judy from Brazelton, Georgia, and Swati from LA. Well, I missed a lot of people here. And Kelly and Swati says, just got my second COVID shot yesterday and a bit tired today. Yeah, Becky and Brian got their second shot just prior to them leaving, I think, to go to Colorado. They flew out a couple days ago for Brian's grandmother's funeral, and kind of bittersweet. And the day before, I think it was 2 days before they left, and then Becky got that second shot, and it was dogging her a bit, but the good news is, 2 days after, she's fine. 2-3 days, she's fine. But it did, that second shot can sometimes kind of bite a bit. Although I wouldn't know. I just had the one Johnson and Johnson's, and that was fine with me, for the most part. And Kelly says, I can't wait for what you have in store for us. I'm going to show you a picture in just a minute. I just wanted to catch up with you guys first. We have Donna, and let's say Lynn Morris, and that's where I left off, I think. All right, so let me catch up back down. I just want to be faithful to say hey to you all, because you are so faithful, such a faithful friend to this channel. And we have some C56 from Las Vegas. Wow. Don't get people from Las Vegas very often. That's pretty cool. And Nita, and thank you, Archer Nace, Terry, if I'm remembering right. Thank you for praying for my girl. She says, praying for knowledge, retention, and success. Thank you. And Alana says, Hannah will be okay. I hope so. I think she will. I know she's gonna rock it. I told her, sometimes, you just gotta go in like you own the place. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying. Sometimes you just have to remind yourself that it's okay to be confident in something that it's okay. It's not, it's not proud or haughty. If you know how to buy yarn, right? I mean, go in like you own the joint. I mean, and as far as her taking this test, I'm just trying to get her to know that it's okay to enjoy what you do, and it's okay to be confident that you know what you're doing, right? Oh, Terry, thank you so much for your $5. That's going to go towards, let's see, I believe we're doing Rancho 3M this month. But thank you, Terry. Terry just contributed $5 to the super chat. That brings us up to $55, I believe, with the running tab that we've got going. And just to let you all know, if you're new to the channel, when we hit $100, I will try to do a parody song or something of some sort for you guys, just to kind of say thank you. And whenever you do contribute to the super chat, that 100% of that money goes to a charitable organization. In the past, or we kind of go back and forth between Shriners Hospital for Children and the 3M Rancho 3M Children's Orphanage. It's near Guadalupe, Mexico. So if you wanted to look up that organization and see what that's all about, it's an orphanage and a Christian school, and they do fabulous work. And my daughter Becky and I have actually, back in 2006, visited, stayed there for about a week, working on the compound there. So this is a real place. It's a real people, a real need. So anyway, just to let you know what that's all about there. But thank you, Terry, and thank you, Johnny, and for your prayers for Hannah. We have Deborah from Southwest Louisiana. Hey, thanks for joining us, and thank you, Cynthia, for your prayers for my girl. She says, from a nurse of 40 years. Wow. God bless you for your choice of vacation. Yeah. She's good at it. She's been doing it for quite some time, helping the family out here. Not just with my mother-in-law here in South Carolina, but she helped me for many years with my mom, um, over the 15 years or so that my mom lived with us before she went to be home with Jesus. So then we have, is it Mama Zess? She says, first time on from Michigan, just finished a colorful cable set. Well, Mama Zess, thank you for joining us. Um, Send me a picture if you can. And you guys can always send me pictures of your work, BonnieBay@me.com. And if you don't mind, if you just want to give me permission from the get-go to share on social media, because I do like to ask, because I know sometimes you guys do gifts for people, and if you're making a special secret wedding gift, you certainly don't want it broadcast over social media. So I always like to ask to make sure it's okay. But I love sharing the things that you do. You guys are my best advertisement. I never buy advertisement because or for the most part, I haven't. But I may have to at some point, but I haven't really. Yeah, because you guys are my best advertisement. Just sharing the work of your hands makes me look pretty good. You guys really bless me in that way. And thank you, Pat, for your prayers, and Brat's mom. Thank you. And Gracie, thank you, and Bonnie too. Bonnie Bunty, thank you for prayers. You want to be my best friend ever? Just pray for my family, pray for my daughter. You won my approval there. Thank you so much, all of you, and and yeah, Terry Redmond, thank you for your encouragement there. She says, hope all is well, pray all is well from warm San Diego. Hi Hannah, you do a fantastic job. Yes, you do, Hannah. Remember God and know, and remember God, know, and you don't have to have foresight. Be encouraged. God's got your back. Yes, He does. Um, and thank you, Emily, for your prayers. And Roberta, she said, good afternoon. North Carolina also. Wow, very cool. And thank you, Kelly. That little girl's name is Kelly said her name is Katie, the little girl. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Johnny just mentioned that they're having a sale, I guess a yarn sale at Hirschner's, if any of y'all like to order from them. So they're having a special for May, 51 cents shipping on orders over $35. If you use the code Mayday21. Well, that's cool. Thanks for letting us know that, Johnny. Let's see. We have Donna Curtis. Oh, thank you for your kind comment, Donna. Thank you so much. That is so kind of you. Yeah, whenever you want to text or send an email, that's fine. Just know that sometimes I'm not always available, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And Sundays I'm pretty much silent on everything, uh, except for putting maybe a meme up there on my Facebook page. But yeah, weekends I'm trying to block off a little bit more for family. But definitely Sundays are resting days for me. We have Claudine. She says, thank you for your left-handed pattern. So appreciated. My pleasure, Claudine. And what she's referring to is everything I do right-handed, I do a left-handed video tutorial just to let you all know. So for some of you who are lefties and maybe don't know that, whenever you see anything that I release, if you just put the same name into the search bar and then just write left-handed, I usually write left hyphen and then handed when I write left-handed. And that should bring it up in the search if you can't find it automatically on my page. And let's see. I'm hoping I'm catching everybody's comment here. Yeah, thank you, Johnny, for your encouragement to Hannah. Yeah, she is going to ace it. She just doesn't know that yet, but she needs to go in thinking that that's going to happen so that she does it. Yeah, Hannah says that's a good deal for shipping. Yeah, I have to pay more just to send out an envelope than 51 cents. So I think they're trying to get you guys to order over there at Hirschner's. That's a good deal. Thank you, Archer and Ace, again, for your prayers for Hannah. Let's see. Let's keep on going. I want to show you something, though. Wow. Okay. Let me go ahead and show you a picture, because when I got busy packing to come down to South Carolina, I forgot a lot of stuff. I forgot my samples. So I wanted to let you know that this is coming on Monday. Okay, this is coming to the channel, and I know you can't see it as well. Let me go ahead and try to make this bigger so that you can see some of the texture. This is yeah, that's much better. Let me show you the texture of what is on this blanket. This is, we're gonna call this one Emily's Tulip Lap Blanket. It is a beautiful, beautiful collection of colors. Emily is taking pre-orders if you want the kit. Of course, you know, I know that not everybody can afford these kits. I totally get that. But if you're looking for a special gift for somebody, especially maybe a special gift for perhaps like an elderly shut-in, these are great size blankets for people who are wheelchair bound or in nursing homes, but not limited to that in any way, shape, or form. I mean, this I think would be beautiful in a child's room. I think this would look nice in my living room, but I'm gonna have to send this one back to Emily because she provided the yarn for this. The information for the yarn kits is in the video description below. She is taking pre-orders. I believe she is releasing this for shipping on Monday. So I just sent her the pattern. She's gonna have that printed on nice quality print. So if you do get, if I'm going to close that out. If you do get the kit, I mean, you can kind of work with her as to what you want in your kit. She has these beautiful new, I don't even know what kind of wood it is, but a special wood crochet hook that she had specially ordered. I believe, well, I don't want to speak out of turn, but I think they may be free for a limited time. I think through Mother's Day. I think they may be free with the purchase of a kit, one of these kits from her. If you use the coupon code Bonnie Bay, BONNIEBAY, when you order with her, you'll get 10% off the kit, and that'll save you probably, I don't know, somewhere between $20 and $25. So yeah, these kits are not cheap, but the yarn that I worked with was really nice. It's 100%. It's merino washable, super washed merino wool. It's hand dyed, so you get that variation in color. It's really fabulous to work with. So, and let's see, the kit also includes the pattern, a hard copy of the pattern, and you get, I guess, stitch markers. I think she has little goodies that she includes. You can go to the website and take a look if you're interested in that. Now, when I publish the video, it'll have yarn information if you want to do yarn substitution, which I know some of you will. The scans that were used, we used 8 scans or hanks of the yarn, DK weight. Each of them have 231 yards per hank, and 3 in the neutral or the cream color, and then 5, 1 each of the different jewel tone colors. And that's what you would get in the kit. But I'm just giving you that information. If you're looking for yarn substitution, that's what you would need. That information will be in the video description when the video releases on Monday. So so if you want to look for that, I'm really excited about this. If you all know how to do the arrow stitch, and if you've ever worked with the low front ridge before, you'll get this pattern. The flowers look a little intimidating, but they're really not that bad. And actually, those flowers are very much like the flowers that are part of the Tree of Life throw. So if you've done the Tree of Life flowers, then you've got this. And if you haven't, don't worry, because it's really easy. It's not as difficult as it looks. The most challenging thing might be the color changes in the yarn, but I work with you on that. I show you how to do it, you know, changing out the yarn at the end before you complete the last stitch of the previous row, and then you just switch it out. And by working the perimeter rounds around the throw when you finish, that really does hide a multitude of sins as far as you know, joining the yarn knots, and what have you. Okay, Hannah's sending me some text here. Let me see what Hannah's got going. Okay, great. So let me see. Okay. Okay, hey, they're talking. You guys are talking about my nails. Thank you. Johnny says, "Am I the only one who loves seeing Bonnie's nails done up? I grew up with a grandmother who always had her nails painted red with her red lipstick." Yeah, thank you, Johnny. I actually, I should, ooh, I should try to promote my friend at some point. I get these from. These are the nails. What do they call them? Color Street nail strips. Have you heard of those? I'll just go ahead and show you. I mean, my nails are not in the best of shape right now, but these nail strips that they're kind of like stickers they go on, and then I kind of use clear nail polish on top of that. And this lasts me like 2 weeks. I mean, and I can get 2 sets of nails out of one package. And it's a little bit of an added expense. It's different than nail polish. Whenever I use nail polish, and I have done that some on my nails, it doesn't look quite like a kindergartner did it. No insult to kindergartners, but it I don't know, maybe it looks like a second grader did it sometimes, because it's really hard to paint inside the lines of your own hands, especially when you're uh, doing that with your non-dominant hand. So these nail strips really help that a lot, and they're more durable and they last longer. And when you're doing as much recording as I do, and you see your hands through a camera in high definition, and I have recorded a lot without anything on my nails, but when I look, I try to do that. It's like, I need to do something here because it would look awful otherwise. But thank you, Johnny. I really, really enjoy these, and I'm not a big makeup person, but this really does make me feel a little more dressed up when I go out. But yeah, thank you. Uh, Thank you, Cynthia. She says she likes the tulip throw. I think you guys are gonna really like this one. And I have to tell you the tulip throw idea. I mean, it's my design, but Emily kept coming to me and saying, "I want you to design a tulip blanket," and I'm like, "What's with the tulips?" But apparently, she is from Washington State. That's where things would be shipping from if you order from her. And she says there's a big tulip festival near where they live. So it's a big deal out west. And she sent me some pictures of these growing in the fields, and they're pretty spectacular. So she wanted something that kind of looked like tulip fields. And it's really hard to compete with God on some of these things, because he just does the best job ever on designing the flowers and everything. But I really, really like the colors. Like I said, when she sent me this box of yarn, I dropped everything else. I hadn't planned to do that, but I dropped everything else. I'm like, no, we got to do this now. And then when I was working on the rows, which you don't work with each color very much, and then I just kept wanting to finish up what I was doing so I could go ahead on to the next color. I don't know if any of you ever do that, but that's kind of the way I roll sometimes. It's just like, oh, I really want to use that yellow, so I'm going to finish up this row with the cream so I can get to that yellow and see how that's going to look. And it did not disappoint, I promise. All right. We have Freaky Geek in the chat. Hey there. It's good to have you back. And let's see. A book is a nice bonus. Okay, I need to back up to see. She says it may be called tulips, but I only see flowers. Ha ha ha. We have a punny person in our group there. Thanks, that's kind of cute. And Emily did confirm. She says, yes, gifting the hook to those who order until Mother's Day. Okay, and these are really fancy schmancy hooks. These are like specially designed wooden hooks. So for those of you who are really into collecting fancier equipment, there you go. It's made of driftwood, she said. Wow, my dad used to collect driftwood when we lived in Florida. He used to make beautiful wall hangings out of that. Okay, let's see. I'm really behind again. Sorry, guys. And Allison, thank you for your reaction so much. And we have Mary Hayes from Arizona. She says, listening to you on my way to pick up my groceries. Supposed to get to 98 today, so getting things done early. That sounds so hot. It got a little warm this week here right after that cold snap. And it's so funny. I went home This past week or after, well, I broadcast last week from Maryland, and then we turned around, had to come back 2 days ago. I guess yesterday. We drove all day yesterday down south. But when we were up in Maryland, it was cold. I mean, it was cold. I had to wear I have to tell you, I got to visit with my home church again. It had been a while, and as I've told you this before, as you know, we were renting space from a school, a local school, but since COVID hit, we're not allowed to be in the school, so we're essentially homeless. But the weather has gotten towards a little bit warmer so that we can meet outside at one of the members' farms, which was spectacular view, meeting out there. And it's on a farm, you have cattle in the background, and the chickens sometimes will walk behind where the pastor is preaching from. It's really quite amazing. And then you have sheep in the distance, and then we had a beautiful blue sky, and some clouds here and there, but just beautiful. You could see the mountains in the background. And but the only thing is, at the bottom of the hill, it was nice. It was like maybe upper 50s. So without the wind, it was fine. But then when we got to the top of the hill, I was thankful. My husband told me to bring my coat. Yeah, my winter coat. So I had an undershirt on, a light sweatshirt over that, another zippy sweatshirt over that, and then I had my winter coat, my winter parka with the fur lined hood, and the hood up over my head most of the service, because the wind was blowing and it was like 50 degrees. It just felt like 40. It was just brutal. So I was happy. It was great being with everybody, but meeting outside on that windy hill was so cold. And then now, like the next day, we're driving and it's like 87 degrees out. So of course, we drove down, uh, you know, 450 miles south. But so anyway, just going back and forth. It's not just cultural change. It's climate climate, very different climates, going from there, and then coming back down to summer. So I felt like I went back to early spring, and then now we're back into summer. So anyway, um so 98 though, Mary, that is hot. I'm not ready for that. um okay, so let's see. Give me a second here. Ooh, Kelly Hart says she's crocheting a pineapple table runner. I bet that's going to be beautiful. And thank you, Cynthia, for your comment there. She likes to throw. And Freaky Geek, what did you did you have a lot of caffeine before you came to comment? She's like, Kelly Hart, has the table ever run off on you? Ha ha ha. Yeah, it reminds me that you would really like my family, Freaky Geek, because we're all about the puns. Sometimes the guys are just over the top. Um, okay, and Freaky Geek says, you mean people seeing your nails is not promotion enough? Yeah. I'm trying to remember the gal that I get these from, but if you're interested in getting these, if you can contact me, I can put you in touch. I mean, I don't have any kind of a business arrangement with my friend, but you can always, I can pass her information on to you if that's something you're interested in. But I know there are a lot of local stylists, I think they call it, that supply these. They're kind of neat if it's something that you like. Okay, we have Brenda in the chat. She says, I love to run an errand. It says, I have to run an errand. Okay, I use Color Street. Well, very cool. And if anybody in the chat is a supplier, post here. I don't mind you doing that. Or let me know, and we can let others know, because I want to, support you where I can. Um, all right, so, well, let me go ahead and show you something else before it gets too late. I posted a picture of this on the little thumbnail, and I'm really enjoying this yarn. I wasn't sure how this was going to look, because this is essentially sock yarn, which is, let me show you, this is thinner than DK. It's made for socks. but I'm really enjoying the colorway. And I don't know if you recognize the stitching. This is the crow's feet lace. This is the same stitch that was used in the spring throw, and I thought this would make a lovely top. And let me show you what this looks like. This is the yarn. It's universal yarn. Let me get my glasses on. I thought I could read without them, but I'm not able to. This is called Bamboo Pop Sock. Each ball, and this is the way the ball comes rolled up. Kind of clever, which is nice because you can see the colorway. And if you're not sure what the colorway looks like, they have this little tag. And this is knitted, of course, so, you know, crocheters have to use their imagination in a different way. But if you're just knitting, this is what it looks like. And, oh, Mabel says her daughter sold Color Street. Oh, she said you can buy directly online if you don't have a consultant. That's good to know. But I always like to support the ladies that have already, you know, who are already trying to make a living doing that. Okay, so this yarn is 50% 55% bamboo, 37% cotton, and 8% PBT. I am not even going to try to pronounce the technical name of what PBT is, but it is a man-made polymer type thing, similar to spandex. And so what that means is, watch, look at the elasticity in this. Um, look at that, okay? So I just do that to show you that there is going to be a lot of elasticity in this design. It's going to be a summer top, probably very similar to the one that was just released this past Monday, but with very different stitching. Let me go ahead and show you just one layer. Okay, sometimes if you double it up, it's hard to see that. So this will probably be a top you're going to want to get, you know, probably a, you know, what do you call those? I can't remember. You know, kind of an undershirt with, or we used to call them camisoles, but I don't know what they call them now, or like a tank top or something. It's something that you could wear over a tank top because it's going to have a lot of holes in it. But I think it's going to be really fun. I think this design would always also look very nice with a solid, but I'm just having too much fun with color right now. So I am going to make mine in color. And you know, this was reasonably priced yarn, and because of the cotton and the bamboo combined, I'll let you look at the contents there. Did I give you the yardage? Let me go ahead and give you the yardage. It's 492 yards per ball. So I have 2 balls of this for my medium size. I'm pretty sure that's going to be enough. If you make the, you know, like the 2X, 3X sizes, you might need like 3 of these. So, or if you just have regular sock yarn around the house, you know, or, you know, you may have some in your stash, maybe even, you know, a couple of different colors, or maybe even some leftover sock yarn. You could just try that and, you know, let the stripes fall as they may as you go. And, you know, those are always, you know, fun to have, you know, stash buster projects like that. So, and let me show you, I'll just show you this. This is the other design that was released that I left in Maryland, so I can't show you the actual top. But this is the top that was released this past Monday. I'll give you the top name there. It's Bonnie's Easy Summer Top. How complicated. Complicated font, easy design. And this is crocheted in the round using the wattle stitch, which if you've watched my videos for more than 10 minutes, you know I love the wattle stitch. It's just a great stitch to combine with other textures, but it's a standalone stitch too. And again, it's very elastic in both directions when you use this stitch. And that's important because there's a lot of ease. And my computer is buffering. Hold on a second, guys, maybe. Okay. Okay, pardon me. I think it's just okay, so we're there. Okay, sometimes the network here is just, it's just not as robust as it really needs to be. So sorry about that. And Pat Dancer says her favorite yarn is number 5. You must like the thick yarn things, which is great. I like those every now and then too. Oh, thank you, Mabel. Thank you so much. You just brought us up to $65. Thank you so much for your kindness there, and that's gonna bless a lot of kids down in Guadalupe. Thank you so much for doing that. Oh, we have is it Stephanie West? She says, hi from Roy, Washington. Loving the drape and stretch in that fabric. Yeah, this is really nice stuff, you know. This is really nice. And they have a lot of different colorways on this yarn, Stephanie. So, and Love to Craft says that yarn has a lot of nice drape on it. Yeah, stitch looks amazing. And it's not hard. Not at all. Just ask Johnny. He's doing that a lot if he's working on that spring throw. And once you get the hang of crocheting into the side of the treble crochet, I think that's the hardest part of that stitch. You do have to be careful. You know, getting started the first couple rows can be a little bit tricky if you've never done the crow's feet lace. But you know, once it's just like anything. There's a slight learning curve, and once you've done it, you've got it. And Jane Chapman says she likes the crow's feet. Yeah, I love it. It's just such a nice lacy stitching. Okay. All right. Hannah hasn't sent me any questions directly, so I'm assuming I don't have any, and that's fine. I just want to make sure I'm answering everybody's questions. I got a couple other things I wanted to show you. Lots of conversation going here. I may not get to everybody, so I appreciate your understanding there. Yeah. Okay. Okay. I am reading some of the questions or some of the comments. And thank you guys for just the way you're caring for each other. Okay, Hannah just sent me something here. Okay, so Hannah wants me to looks like maybe some of you want to talk about, she wants to show this again, cover up my notes here on the side. This is my mother-in-law, by the way. She's great. Oh, thank you, Anne. Oh my goodness, my friend from South Africa. It's so good to see you. So I'm doing the math in my head. So that brings us up to $86. Thank you for your kindness, Anne. So this is my mother-in-law. She is my beloved model for this project. She's 92. She looked great. And I was just really glad that she could do this for me, because I wanted a normal person to model this for me. Not somebody that has, a special trainer and on a special diet to keep them, their body mass at 0. Not against any of you all out there that have a hard time gaining weight. I know that's a problem with some of you, but that's not the problem with most of us. Okay. She is just been very, 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 very cheerful about doing this. And but anyway, that is the top. It's on my channel. If you need more information, just click and look at the video. And the pattern, the written pattern, is available from my Lovecraft store. That information is in the video description below. So yeah, so and again, the one that's coming out next is going to be similar. It's not going to have, it's not going to have the ribbing. It's going to have a little bit different edging. And I think I'm going to make this one a V-neck. So I think that would look better with this particular design, and we'll see how it goes. I'm still in the midst of designing it, but you guys will be the first to see it once I'm done with it. All right. And I do want to show you, let me show you. I'll just go ahead and, I saw this at the store yesterday. I went shopping and I saw this and it was 40% off. So I'm like, I love that saying. Just a little bit of wisdom here. Can you all read that? And since we're talking about tulips and all, I just thought that was just so appropriate. So I'll read it to you. A flower does not think of competing with the flower next to it. It just blooms. I just thought that is such a great reminder, and it's just so beautiful. It just seems, I don't know. I know men do this too, but I know with women sometimes, you know, we can get a little snarky back and forth, and um, maybe you don't know what I'm talking about, and if you don't, consider yourself blessed. But I just thought this is just a good reminder for me not to get snarky, you know, and to just enjoy life, enjoy the blessings, you know, not competing with each other. We should be supporting each other more than competing anyway, right? And that's what I really love about you guys, because you guys are just encouraging. I mean, right off starting with, you know, prayer request, and you're supporting, you know, my girl, and this little girl Katie that you don't even know. And thank you for doing that. That is so huge. I think we get along better. Also, before we went live today, I was just having a good old time reading some of Dolly Parton's sayings. If you're ever down, let me just say this, and you're sad, and you just want to get a good chuckle and just some encouragement and some sunshine in your day, Google Dolly Parton sayings, or Dolly Parton quotes, and just see what you come up with. She's amazing. I don't know if it's true or not, but I even read somewhere that she has an IQ of like 145. I don't know what my IQ is, but I'm pretty sure it's not 145. But I just thought, yeah, she's a smart lady. She is a smart lady. So, well, I wanted to show you some things I found yesterday. I went to Hobby Lobby with my mother-in-law. We wanted to get out, and I wanted to get yarn for a project that I want to bring to my YouTube channel for the summer. And look what I found, guys. I could not resist this. This is a pair of salt and pepper shakers, and this is going to be sitting on my kitchen counter as soon as I get home to Maryland. This dark blue color, kind of a bold blue color, that's the color in my kitchen. When I got the paint from Home Depot 15 years ago, the name of the color was Waterworks, if that makes, what is it, a DuPont? I think it was a DuPont name, but it's called Waterworks. And I just love, love, love these little guys. So anyway, all this stuff, they put this big 50% off stuff, and it just snags me every time. So let me show you what I got. I got a bag of this stuff, and thankfully they had enough so that I have all the dye lots matching. This is just, you know, your average number 4 weight cotton. And I'm going to be working on a design out of my Leisure Arts book. It's called Bags and Backpacks to Crochet, or something like it's one of those smaller little leaflets. And I'll just tell you a little bit about this. This is it's Hobby Lobby's brand. I think it's called Crafter's Secret Cotton. You know, it's a lot like the Peaches and Cream. It's about the same quality, I think. And this is in hot pink, 120 yards, 100% cotton. So, and all their yarn yesterday was 30% off just across the board. So I was like, yeah, that makes it easier to shop. So I've got a backpack I'm going to be making using this color yarn. And it is so nice. Okay, Freaky Geek says, no Hobby Lobbies in Canada that I know of. That's too bad. There isn't one near where I live in Maryland, but there is one not too far where I'm down in South Carolina, and I like to go there. I mean, I know that people have their opinions and like to get into controversy, which I'm not going to get into here. But I will say, unequivocally, they have the neatest yarn section and most comprehensive yarn section of any big box store that I personally have ever been to. And yes, I used to work for Michael's years ago, working just very part-time in their yarn department and teaching crochet classes, of course. But, you know, the store that I worked in, they never took care of their yarn department. So when I was able to work, you know, I would concentrate solely on the yarn and trying to organize it as best I could. But they just never had enough real estate, you know, in the store to really display what they needed, and that's why things got kind of jumbled. But at Hobby Lobby yesterday, it was immaculate, and there were multiple rows of all sorts of fibers, just in cut. They have a whole row of, or at least half of a long row of just cotton yarns, and it's not just, you know, all, you know, like this. You know, it's not just the dishcloth kind of thing, but they have some of this, and then they have the finer stuff that you can use on sweaters. They had, you know, DK weight, which is a number 3. They had weight number too. And I think they even had some, they had a lot of sock yarn. They even have hand dyed merino wool there. I mean, just really, really nice quality um, stuff. So if you get a chance to go there at some point, I would encourage you just to give them a try and just see what you think. Just go in with an open mind. Forget anything you may have heard in the press. Just go and experience it for yourself. The staff there that I've ever always interacted with are also very kind, very nice. Um, and they always have enough people to check you out so that you don't have to wait in the one single long line. um, but anyway, so yeah, someone says it reminds her, Freaky Geek says it reminds me of cotton candy. Yeah, I was really looking for the bright, pink color, and I wanted to get some of the I love this cotton yarn that they have. It's a little bit higher quality than what I ended up getting, but they didn't have the color that I wanted. And this quality is fine. It's just this will be fine for my purposes. But I just I like their other yarn too. I just couldn't find the shade that I wanted, and I wanted this to really pop in color when I work with it. So yeah, okay, so let me see if there's anything that I need to. I just let you all know I do read through these, even if I don't comment on them, and I do appreciate you taking the time to comment. Thank you, Sarah P. She says, that stitch is very beautiful. It makes nice fabric. Do I talk about the crow's feet again? Yeah, I wish I could take credit for creating it, but I didn't. I learned this in a stitch book, but I haven't seen it used a whole lot, but I'm going to do something fun with it. So I'm really excited about that. All right. And Johnny says, I can't work with any yarn under a DK weight. I blame it on my Italian sausage fingers. Yeah, I understand. I understand some of that. I do like using the smaller weights on tops and things, but I had somebody very kindly wanted to, I don't know, maybe if you're listening, I just wanted to thank you. Somebody offered to give me some antique thread hooks that they had found in a relative's things that were left from their passing. And I was flattered that they would offer them to me, but I had to say honestly, I I do not crochet with thread. I mean, I can tell you some excellent designers like Catherine White, who are like masters of working with thread. Um, that's not me, because again, my fingers, I can't use the tension, very tight tension like you need to really do thread crochet. So while I do dabble in sock yarn, Johnny, I that's as small as I will. It's not true. I will do with lace, but when I work with lace and other type of yarns, I kind of upsize my hook. So I don't generally go smaller than a size F on my crochet hooks because of that. Um, I have done some thread crochet for my Craft Yarn Council of America qualifications and so forth, but once that was done, it's like, okay, I'm done. You learn in life what you enjoy. And so, I've learned that, I admire and love the work, the craft of, the thread crochet. You're not going to see me doing much of that because it's just hard. It's just hard on my hands. And the older I get, the more difficult that is. And Johnny, if you don't do anything smaller than DK, that's fine. There's a million and one things we can do with DK weight. So stay tuned for more of those. There's so much yarn, so little time, as they say. Um, let's see if we got anybody else. Roberta, you're having trouble with autocorrect. Yeah, thank you. So she's calling it, saying it's a cami top. Okay, yeah, yeah. I have some funny stories about autocorrect. Sometimes they're funny, sometimes they just make me mad. But yeah. And let's see, Freaky Geek is talking with Johnny about his dilemma there. And we have Lori. She says, hello, Bonnie from Greenville, South Carolina. Great top idea in yarn for warm weather. Well, welcome, neighbor. Hope things are going well for you there in Greenville. My sister, Brenda, went to school at Greenville Tech many, many moons ago, back in the the mid 80s, early. Yeah, I think from about, I think she graduated like in 86 or 87. So cool. Uh, yes, you are blessed, Brat's mom. You've got Hobby Lobbies and Joann's and all those near you. Amen. You're doing really well. Um, okay. So yeah, she's Brad's mom says I have Hobby Lobby, Michael's, and Joann's all fairly close to where I live and work. I'm so blessed. I just love walking around, even if I don't buy anything. At least I get great inspiration. Yeah, same here. The one thing though about Hobby Lobby is they're so much larger, or at least the ones here, and there are a lot more temptations there. So I have to be really careful. And when like the whole store is on sale, like it was yesterday, you almost need to put blinders on and just run to the back, get what you want, and then run out, because otherwise, you find things like llama, or llama, alpaca, whatever they are, salt and pepper shakers, and things like that end up in your cart. But at any rate, it'll be fun to have those around too. Uh, let's see. Oh, and Hannah mentions that she's okay. In my defense, she says I'm in Michael's and Hobby Lobby for crafts outside of crochet. Yes, Hannah, it likes to do other things other than crochet, but she is such a great sport to help us with my channel here. Um, And Lynn is saying that Michaels is trying to sell fabric. Well, Michaels is probably trying to stay alive, and I really hope for our sakes that they do stay alive. So yeah, maybe they finally catch on that there are people out there who enjoy sewing, and every now and then, I need to get fabric to line my crocheted items. So yeah, I think it would be a good fit if they would sell a little bit of fabric at least. Okay, so we have a discussion about the stores that I've missed here. Yes, okay. And I am buffering again. Hopefully that's just me. Okay. Um, yeah, so I'm going to just leave that discussion be about yarn and so forth. Um, and Jacqueline LaFridge says, I learned on thread and have started making earrings. Oh, that is great. I've seen some beautiful things people make with the earrings, with the thread. I, I I hope you all understand that when I'm talking about not doing thread, that I am in no way against any of the designs on that. I think they're absolutely gorgeous, stunning. It's just, physically a little bit limiting to me personally, but some people rock at it, and I just encourage them, to do that. Um, and Deborah says she loves all yarn from thread to super bulky. That's great. More power to you. Um, I kind of do better with yarn, but yeah. And Gracie says I like Hobby Lobby yarn bee sugar wheel cotton, and I love this cotton. Yeah, I love this cotton is what I was trying to get for the color for this project that I'm going to be working on. And I almost got a lighter pink, but then I saw this beautiful pink of the other yarn. I was like, no, I really need to get that color because that's just gonna rock this project. So okay. Okay, Terry has a comment there about the strength of yarn, acrylic yarn. Yeah, okay. And Stuntel's design says, Bonnie, you talk about good quality yarn, but how do you recognize good and less good quality in terms of cotton? I'm just going with the feel, what I feel, and also this is a complicated question. I'll try to answer it, but I won't answer it really adequately right now. But because uh, I'm not an expert on cotton, but I do know uh, the plants that the cotton comes from will determine the quality of the cotton. So, for example, when you get like the cotton that I showed you here, this is like the peaches and cream, the basic four, number 4 worsted weight cotton. that you make dishcloths out of and so forth. And you could feel it with your hands, you know, how rough it might be. And this is just slightly rougher to the touch than the I Love This Cotton brand yarn that I was hoping to get. I think this might be a tad bit thicker. The I Love This Cotton, although it is also a number 4 in the number 4 weight category, it just had a nicer feel to it, to me personally. There are so many factors that go into yarn, and I'm still reading up on this with a book that's like this thick on all different types of yarn. And the quality, the strength of the yarn, everything, how it feels, how it wears. Like, I know that if you make something to wear out of this particular cotton, it's going to be very heavy. And just some materials, you know, as you know, like when you have a shirt, let's say if you can imagine like a crocheted sweater or something, and where the two pieces of fabric touch, there's going to be some friction rub there, and that you can tell how good a yarn is immediately. Like if it just balls up right where it touches immediately, then it's probably not real high quality. um, when they manufacture the yarn, the number of twists that they give the yarn will also determine how well the yarn holds up. I mean, there are just a bunch of factors, like I said, from from the raw materials they start with to how they manufacture it, how they spin it, um, what are they blending with it, because some cottons are, you know, cotton blends. Um, but mostly I go by experience and touch. And you know, you can make swatches with this. I have used a lot of what's on the market in the big box stores, and you know, I've been burned a few times, metaphorically speaking. And I've been really blessed. Like, for example, I know that there's a cotton brand, if I can remember the name of it, it's made with Egyptian cotton. I mean, you've heard of, you know, people praise that particular type of cotton. It's because it's produced, raised in a part of the world where, um, I don't know, it's the elements, everything comes together to making this really excellent type of cotton plant. And I'm trying to think the name of this. I think it's not Plymouth. Uh, it's in one of my books. And like, hold on a second. I am determined to get the name of this. It's in this book. Okay. I will get the name of this yarn for you. And I mean, this is like the best cotton yarn that okay, here it is. It is Ella Ray Phoenix, Phoenix. It's 100% Egyptian cotton. And I'll show you a picture of the bag. Is there a close-up? Of course there's not a close-up picture. Okay, this is a close-up picture of the bag I made with that. And I have used this Ella Ray cotton many times, just from the experience of working with it. And I will tell you, hands down, that's the best cotton that I have ever come across. It has a beautiful, hold on a second. Well, I tried to disconnect the phone, but the thing is stuck in there so far I can't get the thing out. Okay. But this Ella Ray Phoenix cotton, I mean, I'm sure there are many other brands out there similar to that, but that's the one that I have a lot of really good experience with. It's not cheap. This is a pricier cotton yarn. There's another type of cotton that I really loved working with, but it has a different purpose and it doesn't have a lot of twist. It's a single ply, and I think it's called Cloud. It's by Finley Farms or something like that, but it's ironically it's okay, hold on a second, my brain is coming. It is Israeli yarn. It's Israeli grown cotton, so it's, you know, from the similar region of the world. And I mean, that cotton was amazing. I mean, but it's a special kind of cotton that you would use for hats or for a sweater or something. You would not make a backpack out of this because this is more for finer things. So the purpose of, what you need the yarn for, I think plays a lot into what you choose. And I could choose the more durable, rougher, basic cotton for the design that I'm going to be doing because it's a backpack. It's something that I'm going to put a liner in it, and you're going to, put stuff in and pull it tight, something that you could, take on a, out on a camping trip or something, and it'll last. You can throw it in the washer, throw it in the dryer, and take it out and keep using it. So it's durable, kind of a cotton. I'm not looking for something for a fine garment. So I probably went on and on too much about that, but there's just a lot out there now to choose from, which is fabulous. So anyway, it is 1 o'clock already, guys. I cannot believe that. Okay, so let me go ahead, and I wanted to finish off. Let me see, am I finishing? I wanted to read something to you that I read this week. It was just kind of one of those fun verses that really encouraged me. You ever read a lot and then you just come across something and you're like, why? I've never kind of read that before in that way before. So it was just one of those. All right, so this is just a word of encouragement for you guys. I have two thoughts. I'll read this, and then I'll end with a little quote from Dolly Parton, of all people. This is from the book of Romans, chapter 11, and verses 33 through 36. And Paul, the Apostle Paul, wrote this. He writes, "Oh, the depth of the riches and wisdom and knowledge of God! How unsearchable are his judgments, and how inscrutable his ways. For who has known the mind of the Lord, or who has been his counselor, or who has given a gift to him that he might be repaid? For from him and through him and to him are all things. To him be the glory forever. Amen." Okay, and a little thought, because I know some of you have some challenges out there. I think we all do. It's still in a pandemic. But according to Dolly Parton, she's quoted as saying, "We cannot direct the wind, but we can adjust the sails." Oh, I love that. Like I said, she's the smart lady. Well, God bless you guys. Have a wonderful week. And if everything goes according to what we have planned, I will see you next Friday, broadcasting from Gaithersburg, Maryland. God bless. Bye-bye.